Sorry, normally you give a cue. Hi everyone, welcome back to Deus Vault. Today we have Bailey as Auburn.
Hello.
We have Dylan as Gorkan.
Hey, you got it right. Hello.
And we have Milkshake as Abraham.
Hey.
So, last session. Actually, no, we're doing the quiz first before session.
Oh, an actual quiz.
An actual quiz.
Yeah.
So, has everyone got their papers ready?
Yes.
Perfection. So, for the first question. At the end of the session, you guys met two wormlings. What colours were they?
Shit. We're already off to a great start.
Everyone written down their answers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For the second question. What is the damage taken from lava?
I have no idea.
At the very least, there are two sets of damage. You can obviously name either one of them. This is depending on how you interact with said lava.
So, do you want us to write both or just one of each? Or just one?
Just one.
Okay.
Basically, I'll take either question, either answer is correctly.
My personal favourite is drinking lava. That's how I like to interact with it.
I think that is just considered death.
You know, I'm orange, it's orange.
What in basic rules is the highest classification of dragon?
I feel like Dylan's at a disadvantage in this quest. There's no way you've ever read a book.
No, I have never read a book. I'm just going
Never
with what
read a
sounds
book.
coolest.
I like it's not. I've never read a D&D book. Just never read a book. Just,
I
hands
can't
down.
read.
I've gone based off of what I would imagine it to be from my knowledge of any fantasy game.
Julio. Now for a really old question, just to double check. What is the name of the horse that you guys own?
Yes!
Yes.
And for the final and fifth question, what is the name of the two dragon gods in D&D? They are quite famous among pop culture. One of them has 5 heads. The other one is very famously known for being kind of righteous. I would accept their colours instead, if you know that. So I imagine that's actually kind of a bit harder. Because even I can't remember most of all of their colours. I'd have to have a look.
Wait, their colours
Yeah, I
are
have no fucking idea.
easy.
Well,
Are they
here's-
mentioned?
I remember.
Just a quick question: are they mentioned in Baldur's Gate?
One of them definitely would be.
Probably.
Well, I can tell you now, I'm still at a disadvantage because I haven't played Baldur's Gate.
Oh shit!
Oh, there is
I played 1 hour of Baldur's Gate. I'd never left the ship.
Who've ever played a Final Fantasy game, at least one of them's in most of them.
Because I think I know. one
I
of
played 30 minutes of Final Fantasy.
Yeah, well, one of them is a lot of pop culture. I don't know if people know that's from D&D or not. But that's the last of the questions. For the first question, what is everyone's answers?
Silver and red it was.
Oh fucking hell!
It was
White and
silver
blue.
either brass or copper.
It was silver and copper.
Ah.
I wasn't sure if there was a difference between brass and copper.
I think there is, personality-wise. I don't think there is ref-wise. For the second question,
Sivla.
Sivla. For the second question, how much damage does lava do?
How much damage? I thought it said
I
what
thought
type
it
of
was the
damage.
what type of damage.
Oh, sorry. Did I say what type? Then I'll accept
Yeah.
what
You
type.
did say one time. I thought it was a trick question.
I was like, what?
What?
I
No,
wrote
I-
fire,
I
obviously.
also wrote fire.
I roll fire.
I
You
wrote
do believe
acid.
it's fire?
Yeah.
You said there were two types though, right?
Yes.
I wrote acid as well.
Okay.
No.
I'll accept fire. I'll just accept the fact that I got that question, said that question wrong. In case you're curious, walking through a lava stream is 10d10 damage a turn.
Holy
Mhm.
shit.
Being submerged is 20d10 damage.
Mm.
So immediate death, pretty much.
At our level.
At your
yeah.
level.
Yeah. How badly I roll?
The third question was. Oh fuck!
The
I need a
biggest
reminder what.
dragon.
Yes, biggest dragon. Sorry.
I believe. I went with
So-
the biggest one in the monster manual.
That is what I was trying to go on.
Okay.
Oh,
That-
that's- I just put on the colour gold.
Yeah, I wrote greater gold dragon.
An ancient dragon.
Ancient dragon is correct.
Ow!
For the fourth question, what is the name of the horse?
Dylan, do it!
Grant!
Hey! And for the fifth question, what are the name or the colours of the two gods? The two
I-
dragon gods.
I didn't know the second one. I know that I think Bahamut is one, or Bahamut.
You know the first, Bahamut. I would argue that the second one is the more famous one.
I'm fairly sure Bahamut was in Baldur's Gate, but I might be wrong. I might have just seen it somewhere else.
Bahamut's in pretty much all of the Final Fantasies as well.
True.
Ah.
Now everybody say it with me. Tiamat.
Isn't that Pathanax?
Oh, Tiamat as well. Yeah.
Pathanax is the Skyrim dragon.
I love it.
And the colours are platinum and all 5 of the chromatic colours.
Yeah, which is what, red, green, black, blue.
Oh.
White.
Yeah.
No, the reason I knew that is because it's a cleric deity.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say I ever came across Tiamat in Baldur's Gate.
To be fair,
Okay.
I may have just not actually known.
I think she was, but I think she was like vaguely mentioned by some of the like Dragonborn.
Or at very least I didn't come across her in a way that I remembered.
She wasn't significant, I don't think.
Oh no, there was a cult, wasn't there, I think?
Yeah, but I don't think Tiamat is like a massive presence in those games. Obviously, there's a lot of other bad guys, and Tiamat is a fucking big bad guy.
Yeah, I think it was in Act 3. So Milkshake definitely would have.
Spoilers. So, I believe answer-wise, what was everyone's points?
I'm not even gonna fucking bother. Thank you.
If
I
it's
technically
between
have 2.5
brass and
points.
copper, I got them all.
I think that's an inspiration again for Ogbron.
One
Goddamn,
day.
Lord, why can you read?
One day, read through the rules. Most of these-
No. I have things to do in my day-to-day life.
Well, fuck you.
Oh, what the hell?
I know you have things to do in your day-to-day life, therefore you don't get
Yeah, I mean, some of
inspiration.
this isn't even reading, it's just remembering.
Yeah, I also struggle with that.
Look- Luca, I'm going to say the ultimate disrespect right now. You are someone that would pre-order Star Wars Outlaws.
Yikes. That's savage.
Oh.
I might actually
Remember,
find Star
Milkshake, you
Wars.
can't take these words back.
Remember, Milkshake, I am walking you into a lair of dragons.
Oh,
I know.
no, what have you
I
done?
I suffer my
guys,
fate
Abraham
while I see
specifically has been coated in dragon nip.
dragon nip.
And this brings me on to my next point. The recap. So the party started off in the Adventures camp of the kind of Nomus Dragon area. Not Nomus Dragon, the Nomus Dwarven area in Kege. Did I say dragon again? Whatever. The party looked through a few inventions, finding out what inventions of war these nutcases seem to be trying to invent, and almost watching someone get impaled in an Iron Maiden.
Oh, here we go. Remember that.
The party then waited tonight to try and question the individual that Abraham knew, and after some vague answers that he tried to give, a temptation was born to try using the dominate person from Zoid's Goblin Helm, which they sadly passed on. Abraham broke his religious symbol in the night, then dreamt of voices seemingly in the darkness. I believe Oberon had a quick talk to his eye, but nothing really was gained. And the party then headed north. They fought a troll, giant, one of those things, big thing.
It was a giant, I thought.
I just can't remember exactly which one it
It
was.
was a stone giant.
Yeah, but it was a Dreamwalker stone giant, which almost petrified Oberon, but luckily, Oberon seemingly, through miracle, unbound himself when the creature died.
Yeah, miracle. Yeah. Definitely not called Camby and fucking sick.
No, I'm still saying miracle.
Aw,
And don't ever call me an unkind bit DM.
I never say that.
I'm going to call you an unkind DM. I spent most of last session as a statue.
Yeah.
That is technically true, sadly.
Why don't I get charmed next time? Yeah.
Ooh.
Tell that to the fucking dice.
Oh, dice be better.
My
Come on.
my cat in the box does otherwise.
The party managed to vanquish the beast, and travelling somewhat north, they went into the mountain ranges. And in the distance, noticed two wormlings, seemingly on watch. I think they're worms. I can't ever fucking remember the actual
Wormlings.
one. Is it wormlings? That's the one. Thank you. Changes in every fucking thing. Meeting the two, they bounded over very happily and introduced themselves, in which there was a quick conversation, and then they offered to take you back to the Dragon encampment, as you had offered assistance on the volcanic ash cloud situation. This is where we leave off. They very much can't fly there. They're not big enough. Yeah, it might not be a wormling. It might be the siege elf or wormling. So I've just had a look at what the wormling size is, and I don't think they'll be the ones that will come
Just
over to
little
you.
baby.
They are seriously just little babies.
Oh.
Dragon sages. Put this up today.
Probably a young dragon then. Alright.
Sounds right.
Next one.
About the size of a horse. Yeah, that's about what I wanted.
Okay, so they're not huge.
Just,
No.
out of the blue here. There's a spell called Summon Dragon in the new handbook.
Whoa.
Oh.
I also like that I've just looked up the dragon stages, and one of them is death.
Dead dragon. Comes back as a skelly dragon.
Oh no.
Yeah, you guys can fight Draco Lich, I suppose.
I don't know what that means. I don't know if I want to know what that means.
They're happy.
Happy little guy.
So yeah, they are kind of bounding along. The silver dragon is asking questions and is very much. So, what's your family like? What do you do? Would you imagine, to any of you, it's a somewhat awkward conversation.
Just that friend that you don't really want to have.
Mm.
Part of me that just wants to dump on this dragon.
Jesus.
Abram's just going to smile and say, I'm an orphan.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, nothing to apologise for.
If
Nothing
you
I
want-
don't know my family.
I bet Mummy could take you in if you wanted. We would love to have, mortals around the house.
In what way?
She still thinks you like
Slaves.
you're a cat.
Yeah, we'll feed you and bathe you. We give gifts.
It sounds quite nice, actually. I
Look
gotta
up at
lie.
this dragon. I need to know, how old are you?
Hold up a hand.
I'm about 70.
Okay, so I'm considerably older than you.
Oh wow! I didn't think mortals got to that older than me. What would you get?
Oh, wow. I'm at least like 5 times as old as you. Minimum.
Wow!
Also, you keep referring to us as mortals as if you're immortal. We've killed the dragon before. You're not immortal.
Don't tell them that.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I imagine she would shut back a little bit. You killed a dragon.
I'll do it
They
again.
don't know. They do not know.
Don't say that. Yes, after the dragon killed countless people.
Dragons kill people?
Yeah, they way laced to a city
Several cities.
and villages.
It was
Thousands
not a
of
good
people.
time.
Thousands of people died.
I imagine she would look to the copper dragon, who's very much being his reclusive self, trying to stand like 5 steps to the left, but he's very much still sticking with the party. Then he kind of shrugs back.
Oh, God.
I turn and look at Abraham. This is why one of the many reasons I had to leave the Fae.
I see the silver dragon perk up. The Fae? You come from the Fae? I've heard about that place.
I'm just ignoring her.
Oh, God.
They got fairies there, right? She's she's not noticed. Come on, tell me. I'm really curious.
Just continue talking to him, and there's a certain complacency that comes with long lives.
And patience.
Trust me, it's very easy to lose that.
Oh. Yeah, I don't. Patience with something is something that is learned and not instilled. And even then, it can be lost for multiple times. But I just turned to the silver dragon. Sadly, I know nothing about the Fae. I'm more of a religious man myself. Ex-religious man.
Oh. Well, I've got imaginary friends as well.
And I don't know why. You just feel that you could just literally see Abraham like feel like as if he got punched a bit.
I have to, like, Aubrey stifles a laugh at that. There's no malice. Fuck me, that's so funny.
Like you can literally see Abraham go oof, and just smile and like, yeah, I get that.
Well, if you want, when we get there, we can arrange a tea party with them all.
Are you saying a tea party with all the dragons?
No, with our friends, the imaginary ones. I've read about it in some books. Mummy gave it for me. The little children, the tea parties. I've always wanted to try them.
Oh, you see Abraham literally got both of his hands on his head, just like rubbing his temple. I'll have a think about it. How's that sound?
Okay.
I never thought that Lucas saying mummy to me so many times would make me so uncomfortable.
That's what call you daddy.
Oh. Right, I'll be right back, boys. Just give me 2 minutes.
God. Back. So, I imagine, unless there's any questions that I want to be sent to these dragons, that you guys kind of just walk along. The fact you are working with 2 wormlings, you 3 are fairly menacing looking at this stage. There's not much that would be bothering you. Especially considering, as I've said, there's a bunch of dragons that have just moved into this area. And I think a lot of things have moved out of said area because of it.
I love the idea that there's a random woodsman collecting some firewood and he just sees this and hears the conversations. What?
I'd wager, just going off of passive survivals and such, you guys are probably noticing that there were tracks, but they are a lot faded.
Yeah.
You also notice about where you guys are that it wouldn't have really been a thing in the south yet. There is ash that is starting to fall here from the clouds. Obviously, kind of just remain stagnant, very much filled up the air, and just comes out with like rain and shit. So the ground isn't pleasant to walk through. It's not causing any issues.
It's just noticeable.
Yeah, I mean, that is clinging to your fucking clothes and shit. The ash and the stuff.
Yeah, I imagine Aubrey put some sort of bandana around his face so he's not breathing in the ash.
Yeah, I imagine that makes it a lot easier.
I imagine Abraham's getting a bit annoyed at the ash going in his hair.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Like dandruff.
Yeah, he's noticing it in his beard and his hair, and he's like, he looks a bit unkempt at the moment anyway. But this is just making it look to the extreme.
Abraham going for the just like looks like he's come out of a desert look.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Haven't we just come out of a desert?
True. I mean, well, you haven't just come out of a desert. And to be fair, the desert wasn't that deserty.
Thinking about it, we've got an interesting sort of biome situation here. Just desert into mountain range that's snowy.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the desert kind of ends here. I could then.
Oh, I
This-
see. I thought this bit was desert as well.
No, this is more kind of plains kind of area. This like kind of brownish. I think I've just not been describing the passage of time very well with you guys, so it kind of feels like me to be jumping between every environment. I'm not going to talk about that bit. I'm never a bad DM, never. I'd wager after probably a couple of hours of kind of just plodding along, the Silver Dragon just endlessly asking questions about everything.
Ron employs the tactic. Let's play a game. Who can be quiet the longest?
The dragon engages in said game and is silent. I imagine you also, because wormlings are not wormlings, like young dragons are fairly stealthy. They are, you do notice those steps become a lot quieter. And she kind of just sneaks along right with you guys, even though she's not like hiding her body. She just very much just intentionally just keeping her footsteps quiet.
Mm.
Probably another hour-ish, a copper dragon will speak up. Not because he was trying to do the silent game either. He was just, just not talking. We're about a mile from the encampment. The silver dragon immediately goes, "Ha! I win!" And then kind of awkwardly looks at all of you, realizing you're not talking either.
Oh. Does she like deflate a little bit?
Yes? And you see that they're both kind of going for the jovial, like not jovial. I mean, obviously the copper one's not been like jumping up and down, but has been kind of casual with you guys. It's not there's not fear in him or anything like that. But you do notice him like looking out into the distance and getting a bit more alert.
Yeah. As well, to comfort this overdrive, and I'll like give it a little pat.
I think you guys should stand behind me.
Why?
We're being watched.
Understood. Abraham immediately gets behind.
By? What are we being watched by?
Blue dragon up on mount.
I swear
Kind of
at the
like-
dragon.
Not the blue one. You notice kind of like her eyes go a bit like the poop was going to pinprick. You looking at? Please don't.
If they were going to kill us, they'd have done it by now. I'm going to push my luck as much as I can.
Like laugh awkwardly and just like, okay. Just kind of just walks along. I don't know why they're so unfriendly. I imagine the copper dragon kind of like bundles into the group. I think they very much are trying to like reduce the profiles of the group if they can. Make it more just like it's just two dragons walking along instead of a bunch of altars walking in. And at wager, you start seeing a lot more dragons, kind of But it looks like they're kind of perching in caves, and some seem to be like doing magic rituals, from what you can gather.
Okay.
Which you imagine itself is quite a rare sight to see. Normally, I mean, there's always tales of dragons doing magic. They do it. It's very rare to see a kind of dragon in more of its casual environment.
Oh.
You do notice that they're all looking at you now. But they notice you, and they are just watching you guys all going along. The distinct thing is, it does seem like you guys are the first humanoids to get into this area.
I'd imagine Abraham looks very tense. Yeah. I kind of like turn to the, Oberon and I always get his name wrong.
Good.
And Gorkan. And guys, I don't really like this. Even though this was sort of my idea.
I have to be honest. What were you expecting walking into a den of dragons?
I was hoping just to, I don't know, to be honest. I've not really met many dragons.
Sorry, I'm back.
It's a bit nerve-wracking, could you say? Do you know what? That tea party actually sounds quite nice right now.
Are we doing the tea party?
You see the silver dragon, kind of forgetting a situation.
Way I see it is that we pretend we belong here and that we don't care that they're watching us, and hopefully they won't attack us, because if they do, we're fucking dead.
Mm-hmm.
Mummy's cave is over there. We're close. She kind of bounds you along this kind of ground. There are bones around. You suspect mostly of cattle, looking at kind of most of it. There are some that look very non-cattle-like, maybe a bit more humanoid to then more with your covenants. Most of them seem to be giants. Some of them seem to be a bit smaller. But she manages to take you into a cave, in which she roars, kind of, "Mummy, I'm home!" You hear a voice you recognize. That of the silver dragon you had probably about 2 weeks ago at this stage.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit longer. I can't remember the timelines. I'll probably a bit longer. And yeah, the silver dragon would say, "I brought guests."
I imagine Abraham would probably shout, "It's nice to meet you again."
Yeah, the adult silver dragon comes back around. Gorkan, a big ass fucking dragon, comes down the corner.
Orkan gasps. He's like, "Oh, whoa." He has nothing else to say.
The dragon goes, "Oh, well, hello again. It's not a pleasure to meet you. And you. Is to be new to the group?"
I am Gorkan, the Bloodied. I have fought in the arenas of the south. I have slayed a stone giant. I hold up the finger or the toe, whatever it was I took. And I say, "These are my scars." I show the dragon my scars. I say, "It is a pleasure to meet you, O mighty one."
Imagine said dragon is going to reach down towards you and pick you up if you accept it.
Yeah, I'll let him happen. I'm a little bit... I don't think he's ever seen a dragon, you know? Like, not that big, anyway. He's seen, like, the small ones. He's fought them in the arenas. But not that big.
She, like, picks you up and goes, oh no, you do have scars. I think I've got an ointment for that."
No. My scars are my life. Without my scars, I am just Gorkan.
I see. Well, the offer is always there. She puts it back down.
Gorkan like nods his head and he's like, I appreciate this with utmost sincerity.
And where's the little friend? Joyce, I think it was.
Everyone's like stood behind Abraham, and as like when she starts saying that, he's like, no, no, waving his hands around.
Yeah, I don't think she would have stopped. She probably wouldn't pick up on the
Just
head.
like slows down and looks at me curiously.
Where's Zoe? Are you okay?
Just the loudest facepalm.
Did I get the name wrong?
Gorkan's gonna look at the others and be like, this is not my business.
I'll walk up to her, like gesture her down. Turn away from the others.
You see her fucking bring her big head down.
Like really hushed. He didn't make it. It's still a sore spot. It happened like 3 days ago.
You kind of see like
the travel was quite rough for him. I can appreciate why he didn't make it.
No,
You
it was an orc. They went after an orc camp, and it was the whole thing.
he just like Abraham
You see
like
the dragon kind of motion towards Gorkan. That one?
No, not that one. He showed up afterwards.
Oh,
He's
okay.
chill. He's a cool guy.
He's Gorkan the Bloodies. Those are his scars.
I heard he fought in the arenas of the south, right?
That's the one.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear this. But I'm glad you made some friends along the way. At the very least.
I still can't help but feel like we're exploiting Gorkan. But yes.
Gorkan looks at him and says, I do not know what exploitation is.
Exactly.
Well, I hear ignorance is bliss. Kind of looks cautiously. So you took me up on my offer then? To be honest, you probably would be reacting to like also just seeing Olber and just thinking about it, because you obviously wouldn't have seen him since.
Like a moment when she's like, "Who the fuck are you?"
She has met him once. So wait, you were with the party.
But I look very different now.
Yeah.
yeah, Oberon's gone into a new style.
I can see.
If by style you mean getting burnt and stabbed a lot, then sure.
You think you see her looking at you and kind of more in depthly looking at you, and you think she's looking at your eye patch with more than just looking at the eye patch.
I mean, she saw the eye before, right?
Yeah, in theory, she just saw the eye though, just the little floating orb. I don't think she would have paid attention to it at the time.
Is there something on my face?
You seem to have acquired something very interesting.
I've acquired many interesting things. For example, and he turns around and he takes an updated dragon selfie.
Whoa.
I now have 2 dragon selfies.
The same dragon.
The dragon has not changed. Oberon looks like 2 different people.
It's like one of those, you know, those pictures where someone takes a picture in front of the mirror every day. You see how they change every year.
This is my before and after.
Come join my diet. I have at least lost a little bit of weight.
Most of it through gouging.
Oh.
Um, I presume you've come to take my offer up on assisting with the clouds.
Yes, to stop the world getting colder, practically, and help avert the end of the world that you are trying to leave.
Well, I suppose luckily or unluckily, the way you'd see it, I suppose, maybe. We are reconvening on the matter this afternoon.
Can I ask a question for you, if you don't mind?
Of course.
You seemed very interested in my friend's eye here. Have you ever seen anything like it on your travels?
There was never saw any item like it, but the presence it gives off, it reminds me of something we found.
Go on.
We'll see it this afternoon when we reconvene.
Oh,
It was a fairly interesting trinket when it was found, probably about 2,000 years ago. At this stage, a dragon found its own skeleton, cleaved in half.
That doesn't seem physically possible.
No, but the cleave for the scales, the bone, was. I mean, I've seen the Vorpal weapons previously, and theirs was sharp. This seemed like it rended it in two.
Rent in twain?
Jesus.
And my mother, who gave a look over the thing, she described to me the energy and the feeling of when she first analysed it. I've had a look at it prior, and I can feel the same thing, but a lot more minor these days. I
Ah.
suspect portal magic, but not sure.
Well, before, do you want us to speak with the other dragons, or are you going to do that on your own?
I suggest you attend. I wouldn't suggest talking to the other ones.
In that case, I don't suppose you have any spare metal lying around, roughly an inch thick.
Yeah.
And there's just a really toothy grin, and he's blinking a lot.
I imagine the dragon would go back into a cave, and you hear, when you hear pots and pans in another room in a TV show. You'd hear that, and she'd probably bring it out to you. But this there,
Is it a piece of metal that's an inch thick?
yeah.
Perfect. He takes it, pulls out a hammer, and starts shaping it to the contour of his eye.
This thing is curious.
I had an epiphany that detect magic can't go through an inch of metal. So I'm gonna wrap this around my face.
What a wise moment.
So yeah, he just slides it into the eye patch and sort of suspends it.
Come to use a telekinetic hand to keep it there.
I think I can tie it on. I mean, this thing's just kind of a cloth that hangs over my face.
Imagine the dragon will try to give a close look. The little small dog dragon would. Imagine at this stage, be looking very confused, just in everything. And she kind of gives a closer look. Well, I can't see it anymore, so it should be okay.
It was either this or 3 foot of wood, but I think that might be noticeable.
Oh.
Now, I will make the warning. I can offer protection do so. Do not worry. There is going to be a lot of chromatic dragons at the centre of the thing, and one of the elder of our tribe and the elder of their tribes are going to be there, and I will warn if you piss off the elder of their tribe. I don't think I can stop him.
So what you say is, be very respectful, be quiet when you need to be quiet,
I'm gonna stay here.
and as Oberon says that, I kind of look at him like, "Don't leave me."
Please don't do this.
I'm gonna piss off that dragon. I'll tell you now, I'll probably bring up killing the other dragon as soon as I can. I have a problem.
I can't help the way I am.
Would you say that out loud?
Yeah. This is me
I
talking
imagine-
to Abraham.
Yeah, I imagine the dragon would go. Yeah, I think that was his grandson, if it's the one I'm thinking of.
Ooh.
Definitely do not do this.
I was thought it was a spoiled brat, so.
Well, if the
I'll
apple
just-
doesn't fall far from that tree, I definitely don't want to speak to that fucker.
I kind of like turn to the others. Would it just be best if I just go then?
Probably, yeah. Gul'kan's gonna look at them and just be like, I do not think this suits me.
Well, my daughter always needs a friend to play with, so.
Okay, I'm coming with you.
I
I'd literally rather risk pissing off the ancient bastard dragon than having a tea party with your kid. No offense. Some offense.
I imagine the little. I imagine the little dragon was like running back with like somebody nice looking like tea leaves. Oh. Just walks back out.
but when I come back, I'll have a cup of tea with you. I kind of turn to Oberon. It might be my last.
I can give you some of the diamond infused tea as well.
Huh?
What? Diamond infused tea?
Yeah, it makes it so nice and clear.
You're going to have to show me that later. Can you show me this?
Gul'kan is going to look at Abraham and be like, Abraham, I do not know many things, but do not drink that tea.
I'm more curious of the process now.
Well, come with me then.
How long is it till the meeting?
A couple of hours.
Okay, I'm going to go follow her there. I'm completely curious about this.
I imagine the adult dragon turns into like Gul'kan and Oberon. I'll probably just brush off my things, but you guys don't normally eat gems, right?
Gul'kan's gonna look at
It's not my go-to.
yeah. Gul'kan's gonna look at Abraham, Oberon and be like, I do not know what he eats. I do not eat gem.
I mean, genuinely, how would it go down if you were to eat one?
Poorly.
Okay. It's not as though she does anything special with that. She just crushes up gems into the tea leaves, so.
Oh.
Oh, well, I don't think it's going to poison up if that's what you're asking.
No. Just wouldn't suggest drinking it. It's fairly nice, though.
It's probably fine. I imagine it'd go straight through here.
Probably.
It's like drinking the water in any foreign country.
I'd say, Abraham, at this stage, you were brought out back.
Mhm.
You see her pulling out this fucking massive diamond.
Wow.
You'd wager it'll be worth a fortune.
How many of them diamonds do you have?
Well, this is the last of my little pocket money. I make my tea with it though.
Ah, I'd love to have more diamonds to possibly help my friends in the future. Yeah,
Everyone
if
just
I come
turns
across
and
any.
looks at the big dragon like, what the fuck?
Well, she does the cleaning up of her room. You know, I've got to reward her somehow. And she likes her teas. And you see her kind of just take this large diamond. You know, your wager definitely could probably use as a river of a fire. And she crushes it.
A little bit of Abraham dies inside.
There's a part of me that wants to ruin the adult dragon's day by just telling this kid about the tooth fairy, you know?
See what happens.
I think dragons are like sharks in D&D rules.
Constantly losing teeth, yeah.
And then we take the tea leaves. I get this from one of the close mountain ranges. They grow so lovely there. And we see it kind of just mix the two together, the crushed diamonds and that. That's it. She doesn't do anything special with it. And then we take the water, we pour right over. The diamonds hold the heat so lovely in her mouth. Ah.
Hmm.
Would you like a cup?
I would try it, but I don't know if I can consume it.
Oh, you should be fine. I can drink it.
They put gold in alcohol, I'm sure you'll be fine.
It's very true.
Abraham will take a cup and start sipping it.
The tea is gorgeous. I mean, you've had some teas before, but this is like fresh tea leaves that have been, you know, the actual proper top
Yeah.
of the leaves instead of just the whole plant. It is some of the best tea you've ever had in mouth. The diamonds are something, as you kind of just feel them in your mouth. It's like, you know, when you drop like a cookie inside a tea and you have to drink the tea with a cookie inside of it. It's kind of just kind of the weird texture to it.
As he's drinking, Auburn slides over. Try and hold the diamonds in your mouth. We might still be able to use them.
Reform them using the power of
No,
the jaw.
some spells require diamond dust.
I'll continue drinking the D while also like trying to keep all the diamonds bunched to one side of my mouth.
It's like using his
Alright.
teeth as a sieve.
I'd argue I'd now probably give me a deck check just to try to see how well you could do that, you know.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sleight of mouth.
Oh,
He's failing that, we can always get it from his purse.
18! Woohoo! That's just a straight roll as well.
I'd suggest you probably can get 25 gold worth of like diamond chunks.
Not bad.
That's not bad.
Like half a revivify.
That's not bad at all.
Oh, isn't Revivify like 300 gold?
Oh, it is, of course.
Yeah, it's
No, I'm
actually-
thinking chromatic orb. It's because I have a 50 GP diamond in my backpack.
Ah. What's depressing, diamond? Didn't you just get it just as you fucking switched off a bolster?
No, we got it for Indestrum.
Ah. Awkward.
Awkward.
And then I took it before he, you know, had an untimely demise.
Big shot.
That's the one.
So, you drink the tea down. How was it? Was it good?
It was one of the nicest things I've ever had. Well, let me say that again.
Nicely done.
You see what I mean? It gives it a nice clear taste and some.
And I pull like a handkerchief and like, you know, like when you like wipe, like I was like wiping my head, wiping my nose, and then just go, oh, that was utterly delicious. I've never had some tea as nice in my life. The leaves were delicious. The diamonds added a texture which I didn't expect. And then you just like Abraham while talking, like, puts it in his pocket. But I would love to have that again in the future. That was scarily amazing.
Well, if you ever make your way back up here, we'd be happy to have you as guests. Though, I don't think we'll be here that long.
Doesn't mean we won't meet each other again.
Well, it kind of does.
Never say never, child.
I don't think you kind could take the route we're taking, and unless you're into multi-planar travel, then
Yes, remember that I came from the Fae.
true. But that's more localized.
No, I know what you're planning, and quite frankly, you're all pathetic for thinking it.
Oh,
Yeah?
I'm not getting involved in this.
Yeah, this is a little
If you're
too
gonna
much
look
for.
down on humanoids as mortals and then not fight the big, awful shit that's approaching, pretty pathetic, if you ask me.
Do you know what? I'll have some more tea, please.
Gul'dan's just gonna watch, amused.
Aubrun just goes off ranting. He's just walking around the cave. He doesn't care if anyone's listening to him.
So anyway.
He's
I
been set up,
imagine.
and he just goes.
I imagine no more tea is offered. And she's kind of going, I'm not pathetic.
It's like it's always the same with you fucking long-lived bastards. Each and every one of you. At some point, it devolves into a rant about his dad.
I eventually just go like, I'll try and do the tea thing after this, but like I go up to like the dragon and like pull its neck down, like rest its head on its chest and just stroke its neck. Try to comfort
Gul'dan's
it.
gonna lean into one of them and be like, "Daddy issues, methinks."
Yeah, he goes for like an hour.
At this time, I'm gonna drink some more tea. Do I have to try and do another thingy?
No, I said she doesn't offer you more tea.
Oh,
You've had your fill.
Our diamond dispenser.
He's realised his fault.
I imagine the, as I said, the child, very much with the rant, is probably shrunken somewhat away and kind of hid behind the mother with the teapot.
I apologise for my friend here. He isn't very happy with the situation, especially due to some circumstances within his upbringing, you could say, and he doesn't like the fact that you're leaving. I know that's still up for discussion as you're talking later, but he feels like nobody's helping.
I imagine the adult will kind of wave it off. Alright, it's fine. He's not wrong.
Antonia, finally, someone understands. Happy to stay here and take our resources, but the second it gets hard, fly the coop. And he's just pacing back and forth.
I'll see if I can go calm down the little dragon.
The little dragon's not giving you any more tea. Stop trying.
I'm not. I don't want any more tree. I'm trying to be nice to the dragon.
Yeah, you know,
I think I was fairly generous just giving you the first tea.
Yes.
something that's consumed has to come out.
Facts.
Go find where the dragon's shit.
We're-
Go diamond panning.
We're evolving into new lows. So what did you do on your weekend? Oh, I panned through dragon shit. Yeah, don't ask.
Turns out they digest diamonds.
Woohoo!
I don't imagine they would. I imagine at the end of Alden's run, when she's just watching him go around the room. I think there's slight amusement on the dragon. the dragon is just watching with, just slight amusement. I think more. Which I imagine is not making, probably it prolongs the argument a little bit more as Oberyn looks up, ranting, looks up, looks at Dragon, just smiling, watching him, just keeps going.
And another thing.
Yeah, I mean, he goes through the works, dragons, the Fae guys, he goes through the gods for a bit.
Oh,
What hasn't
no one has
enraged
spared
him?
his wrath.
Oh no.
And that fucking giant, it turns into a rock. What the fuck is that?
Absolute bullshit.
Who does he think he is?
Then after a while, I think you see the dragon kind of looking outside. It's time for the meeting.
Okay.
Would anyone be staying here with my daughter?
I turned to Oberon and I say, Oberon, as much as you don't want to, I think you should stay here and calm down, as I'm scared for my life if you come.
I mean, he's just spent like 3 hours ranting. He's like rasping as he speaks.
What do you mean? Why don't you rest?
Oh.
Okay, I can't force you. I'd like to cast something on myself.
Okay, you're gonna have to be slightly more specific here.
Can I actually cast it? 1 second.
You think you're deaf?
Death Ward.
Yeah.
I was going to, but I currently can't because I've not got the spells. Instead, I'm going to do a message of
right, yeah. I mean, you guys can consider it a short rest, by the way. I don't know if you want to take that.
a short rest.
Yeah.
Okay, a short rest is still good to me for spells. And what I am going to do is I'm going to send.
Hashtag what a shame.
That's enough. I'm going to send a message. I'm going to do a sending message to the dragon, and just say,
so what?
the big dragon.
Isn't sending level 3?
Yes, it's my last one. It's my last level 3.
Oh.
I've only got level 1 spells.
You're just sending it to the dragon to your left.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Does sending have verbal or somatic components?
I think it does.
Oh, yes, it does actually. So forget it.
So I think you're just basically talking out loud as you send a message to someone standing next to you.
Okay. I just want to turn to the dragon and say,
Dragon's like, what's happening? I can hear him in my head.
if I die during this, please just bury me somewhere. I don't want to. Oh God! In fact, if I die, can you destroy my soul?
Destroy your soul?
Yes.
No.
Is there a way that someone can, so I don't suffer the fate that every other mortal is currently facing if they die?
I don't believe so. I think. Why? What's happening when people die?
Extra steps.
I'll then go into detail what's kind of happening.
Gorkan had no idea about this prior to this.
No.
Oh, yeah, Gorkan, do your best not to die.
Gorkan's looking at everyone and he's just paling and he's like, "Do gods. What?"
This is troubling news. But to destroy your soul would require an extraordinarily powerful psychic presence. Well, I'm a dragon.
Okay, well, if I die, just don't eat me. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm coming out of this meeting alive currently.
I will try to bury what's left of you.
I will appreciate that. Abraham tries to steadfast himself, but he's shaking like a leaf.
Dragon fire does not tend to leave remains.
Hey, you know, if we get taken out by these dragons as your last ditch thing, you could always send a message to the spiders and tell them the dragons called them stupid or something.
Yeah, do it.
You know, so that's the last few seeds of chaos that we could.
Who's gonna win? Average the spiders or the
I have a
dragon?
feeling the dragons probably would win, but you know, it'd be fun to watch.
I don't know why. I feel like the spiders would win. I don't know why.
I really want the spiders to win now.
If that was the case.
New hit office, you know, like the sequel to Sharknado.
Oh.
Dragons versus spiders.
Fight!
That will be the next edition of D&D is actually DNS. Dungeons and Spiders.
Hey.
No dragons left.
You know, you got the Spider-Verse and fucking Spider-Man. We have Spider-Verse. Literally just webs between planets. Everything is spider. No,
It's all spider. Always has been.
shut up about spiders. Is there anything you guys want to do before going over to this meeting?
Do you know what? Abraham might actually pray, but he's not gonna. He's just gonna pray to anything.
Please.
Yeah, Abraham's literally holding the symbol that I can imagine. While it's been repaired, looks tattered and worn, and just say, anyone out there, please help make me through this.
You hear Gazef coming in. I need help. Oh God.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
On to the meeting. You guys are brought along. And I imagine it's kind of weird. You've seen people congregate together just for, like, you know, the kind of a town meeting or whatever. You see people just walking along. Just seeing dragons just casually just kind of, you know, queuing up, getting annoyed that someone's walked in front of them. Obviously not putting up chairs because, well...
That would be quite cool.
And I wager you're brought to a kind of like massive forum kind of area.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably looking like something from like the Lion King, you know, where they all kind of meet up. There's like big rocks where they're kind of standing on each side and such. And on each side, you'll see a massive dragons. These look ancient magic items woven into their skin. Kind of like hanging up in the air, attached to a rock. You see basically what looks like a half of a dragon skeleton. And as you step in, just looking at that,
Yep.
Owen, you start feeling your eye blink.
The deepest sigh, which is quite something coming from Aubrey.
We didn't think it could get any deeper.
Tink, 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 tink.
Does it, if I look at the skeleton, does it blink faster?
Yes. Well, look at it. Kind of looking in that area looks faster. Then, as you're kind of getting in, you start to feel kind of waves of tiredness come over you. The blinking comes faster and faster. And I imagine kind of just as you're standing there, you're forced into a trance stage.
Uh-oh.
Which you can find yourself waking up from. You can just do that as a trance, but you are...
Yeah. I imagine he feels it's just like... We found an artifact fair.
Not just that. Look up.
I look up.
You see like a kind of a figure. Looks like he's kind of like... Instead of like the robes that she seems to be wearing, which are quite humble. He seems to be like wrapped in like kind of... Looks like fur hide mounted with metal. And he seems to be flicking in and out of existence.
I see. Am I seeing the existence inside said artifact? Is that what that is?
Yes. I was not expecting to see this. This is not how this should go.
This is only... What? Huh? What is he from?
Locationally, 50 feet in the air, which is where we see him, is where the artifact is apparently, but it's not there. I can feel it's not there as an object, but it's there.
Do you know which one he's from?
The sword.
And it's presumably on the other half of that skeleton.
On it? No, it might be the wielder that's attacked said skeleton.
Oh, maybe. I mean, they said something about portals being used to do this.
Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, never got to really be
Don't
around
tell me
him
the
that
sword
much.
can cut through reality, because that's sad.
I mean, I'll stop talking then if you don't want me to tell
Excellent.
you that.
And someone's wielding it. That's cool. That's cool.
Well, no, seems inactive. I think he's got defenses up at the moment. But-
Can you speak to him?
No.
Okay.
Like, the fact we could see him, I think is weird. I imagine... I mean, just going off of the fact of obviously he can cut portals. He's on the other side of a portal. I think we're just looking at where he's locationally.
I see. So, is he like in a demi-plane connected to that space?
Yes.
Huh.
Yes, I presume.
I'm guessing you don't know how to undo that.
From what I can get, I don't think he's an undoing. I think every time he opened a portal into another reality like that, from what I heard, it makes a new reality under a condition. I think he asks a question, then cuts open a new reality there.
I see.
But that's a fairly powerful ability. That's something like you've not unlocked the end stages of my abilities, which will be able to do that, like kind of that equivalent.
I see, but if he's managed to do that, that would suggest that he had.
Yes, but our old wielders could. But they were fairly competent. That's not the right word. I'm not saying you're incompetent. I'm just more saying.
I'm more proficient. I understand what
Yes.
you're saying. Okay, well,
She's like looking like, I'm sorry, I didn't really offend you. Good.
I suppose keep an eye on it. Pun intended.
Trust me. I am. Sorry to make you sleep.
No. This is an important thing that you should tell me about. I'd be more annoyed if you didn't.
Cool. I'll keep an eye.
Knock me out again if something changes.
Yeah, of course. Good to know I can do that, by the way. Didn't know.
Kind of concerning, but okay.
Bye.
I wake myself up.
You guys just. I imagine it's kind of an awkward, like, minute moment where Oberon kind of just stands there, just staring off into space.
And looking at him, I'm like, Mr. Olbert, are you okay?
He just wakes up and starts looking at the skeleton again. Do I know what killed that dragon?
I look at him and go, oh, wonderful.
Oh,
No.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Look at Abraham and sort of tap my eye patch.
oh no.
And then I swing a pretend sword.
Does that mean there's another person with?
I don't know. Apparently he makes portals and might be up there still in a connected portal,
Oh no.
but he might not be. We're not. We could see the thing, the presence of his item. Sort of, it left like a fragment.
Oh. Oh no.
Just something to be aware of while we're having this conversation.
Yes.
Because knowing our luck, something could go wrong.
Yes.
But I mean, as the dragon said earlier, it's been there for 2,000 years, so who knows? Dude's probably dead, but there might be a thing inside.
Oh.
As it said, you kind of are in this forum. None of the dragons really noticed you, I imagine. But it wasn't that long of a period. And as you look up, it's kind of a weird. I mean, you can obviously look at a skeleton of a dragon. You probably can gather quite a bit from it, much of the scales and such. You see an ancient gold dragon, kind of sitting on a perch, fairly close to this skeleton, like probably like locationally underneath it. And you can definitely tell that skeleton looks kind of smaller, I imagine, like just slightly smaller version of him.
Huh.
On the other side, you see an ancient red dragon. He seems to be holding a staff in one of his hands, and this thing looks menacing. And it's kind of just he looks like he's watching over the whole crowd, a lot more attentive than what the gold dragon is doing, which is just kind of sitting there waiting.
Okay.
Whereabouts are we sort of led to?
Again,
Whereabouts are we sort of led to in relation to these two?
you will be led onto the gold dragon side. Probably not massively close, but I imagine kind of near the back of the area. You can still see, but like it's kind of like on the kind of higher up steps. You're obviously not one of the people expected to talk in this meeting.
Yeah.
I imagine the silver dragon is just taking you here to listen. And after you see the last of the dragons kind of filter in, you see the gold dragon stand up, in which you can see kind of annoyance of the red dragon looking at him.
Mm.
We brought together this forum to discuss the situation with the planet. He indicates upwards. Obviously, we can see that the Earth seems to be crying, messed up by something. We have a suspicion in regards to this, what this could be. Something within the mantle is stirring. We suspect crushing up the mantle from the down up. This is the result, we think. We think it's rendering more and more of the mantle destroyed. And that's coming up in more volcanoes as it's messing up the plates. In theory, we have a solution, but it would be hard to deploy. With this, with the current rate of progression, we wager the planet is going to collapse within the next year and a half. In upon itself. We're not sure why. This is just what we can tell. We have sent dragons across the lands to research. With the research we've done, it just seems the magical ecosphere is dying. This is one of the main causes of it, but we don't think this is the ultimate cause. We are going to discuss the planar travel. The other stars are supposed to be habitable. We had communication with them many years ago. We plan to go there. We can go for a migration. Kindly, the metallic dragons have promised to share their items with us for our knowledge. Which I think there's kind of a glance between the gold and red dragon at this stage. You suspect there's very much been a history between the two, and they're only kind of just sticking together because desperation. Is there any questions at this stage? A few dragons put their hands up, asking if they could bring the hordes along and such like that.
Is the Abram would put his hand up.
A lot of attention goes to the Abraham by a lot of dragons. And I imagine a few of them have now started clocking, wait, what are they doing here? Child of man, you have a question?
Yes. So there is no way that you possibly think that we could prevent this cascade of events from happening?
We can delay it. But preventing it would be to find out the cause and destroy it. Something that would require a great amount of power.
Such as yourselves, you are incredibly strong. And who says wherever you move to, this will not follow?
Maybe. Maybe it will. But we would lose so many in trying to stop whatever it is before we know whatever it is. This planet is dying, child. I'm sorry to say it. We're not the only ones who feel it, so.
Then, if you are not willing to fight for the planet, what assistance would be possible that you could provide us without detrimenting yourselves?
Imagine there's a hesitation in the air. You think maybe the dragons hadn't thought about, like, assisting anyone else? You think there's very much just been the opinion of, let's just get the fuck out of here. This seems to be going wrong.
And Abram would just say, You do know that the you while you may leave, you still leave the rest of the races, the people, the animals, the plants to suffer and die. So any assistance in trying to help us prevent that, as we are not going to give up, would be
I
greatly.
imagine you would hear a laughter from the chromatic section. There's a chortling, kind of just very much dismissive. These do not matter. You hear the adult red dragon say, "Do you think we can save everyone?"
Not everyone, no, but I believe that not all is lost.
We have no loyalty to this planet. Merely a residence for us to join.
If that's the case, even a resident has a duty to take care where they live.
A scoffing is heard.
So you'd go into someone's home that you do not own, leave it a mess, and take the resources, and think that, hey, that's fine, we shall let the others fend for themselves with scraps?
We take the house.
I sort of put my hand on Abraham's shoulder. There's no point trying to reason with these that would rather run with their tails between their legs at the sight of danger. They're never going to help anyone but themselves. They're scavengers. They don't have the power to stop it. Pathetic. Too scared for their own hides. They'll run until this thing grows more powerful than them and destroys them too. For the, the few centuries it might buy them.
I imagine the tension comes off of Abraham onto Oberon quite strictly.
Oberon's just like lounging. Just staring down this ancient dragon.
Just thinking. I imagine the ancient dragon would probably stand to his full sight. The gold dragon would, stand in return. We are a kind, meant to rule.
Yeah, you are.
I laugh. He just bursts out laughing. You're a kind meant to rest on the laurels of those beneath you, or so you'd think. Without us mortals, where would you be? You'd have no food, you'd have no hoard. You merely scavenge.
I do not suspect that you yourself, seemingly not someone who produces, would understand where we have directed this planet, to what we have done for it.
Oh, I'm sure I know what you think you've done. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm happy to sit here and argue, because at the end of the day, I'm going to die in a year and a half anyway. Coward.
Pussy! The fact that us, mere mortals, are willing to fight something that's much stronger than us must feel a little disheartening to yourselves.
See, there's the crux of the issue, Abraham. You've hit the nail on the head. They're too used to fighting things that are weaker than them. They're scared to fight something stronger.
Well,
So scared that they're happy to run.
I imagine there is amused glances from this red dragon, just kind of watching, discussing. You suspect there's a wounding to his pride, and you think that he's very much remembering this situation.
The thing
But-
that go on, sorry.
You think that he's very much one, holding himself back because he's the gold dragon, and two, there's gonna be an aspect of, he obviously argues a lot with his other dragons, and if he was to rise up against anyone who talks up to him, it's a dismissal of reputation there.
I'm pretty happy with where I've pushed him now. I've put him in a corner where if he has a go at me, he looks like a bellend, and if he doesn't help, he looks like a coward. So.
Oh, we're so evil.
Well, I still imagine the gold dragon probably would interject in. With all of this aside, as I say, in our current knowledge, we can only delay. We could do at the very least.
The way forward is simple. We just have to find what's causing it.
We can give you the resources we have, child, but we're not staying. We have avoided situations on this planet before. We're not going against the things that can cause it.
And so, what when there's no stars left? What then?
One, it seems very, very local from what we can gather.
For now,
For now,
So why are they scared if it's local?
because they're cowards.
What is?
If that's Gorkan asking, I just turn and say that. Like,
Yeah, that is Gorkan. Yeah, and then Gorkan just shouts pussies at them.
The thing that disturbs me most about this situation is the fact of what happens when you dragons die? Where do your souls go to?
we do not have souls.
How can they not have souls?
that is very apparent.
So when a dragon passes away, either due to age or in battle, what happens to them?
We die. Plonk over dead, body rots, usual things.
So there's no afterlife for yourselves.
No.
Hmm.
We are not controlled by higher beings such as you, child.
That would make sense then, since you don't know what's happening over there currently.
I mean,
Because
you say
because
you're not
this
controlled by higher beings, but there's one making you flee. So
because the only thing I'm thinking of is it seems like a god has taken over the afterlife. Due to that, it may cause an issue for yourselves in the future. As you say, you require people to have to have your hordes. What
We
would you?
dragons do not have souls.
No. I'm not talking about you, dragons. I'm talking about the people in the next area you're going to. As there are many afterlives. As you know, there are many different religions, but currently there's only one afterlife.
Okay.
You don't understand what that entails, do you?
I'm struggling to see your point. Why do we care?
Because no matter where you go, you require people for your horde, for your resources. If there is only one afterlife, that means they'll only support one god to tend.
Well, they sort of leave everything behind when they go to their afterlife.
Correct, but
Like scavengers.
correct, but when they are brought back, do you think they will have a change of heart?
Brought back.
I think what my friend is
Child,
trying to say is imagine this. Everyone who has ever lived, everyone who has ever died under the control of one being.
We are not ignorant on gods. They're not. They can never get that powerful.
And Abraham just says, "Too late."
I mean, people used to say the world would never disappear.
Currently, the afterlife is run by one god.
What evidence do you have to this?
I've been there and I've seen it.
I've also been there and I've also seen it.
Orkan has not, but he believes.
So we're taking the point of two people who have supposedly, well, died and come back, saying you've taken over the afterlives in this particular material plane. Any others? Have you checked there?
I don't think you're understanding. If you're capable of leaving, what's to stop them leaving?
The restrictions. There are some.
Which are always made to be broken. You might think your law's immutable. I'm sure they'll find a way.
I'm sure they give it their best shot. But I am confident them taking, as you say, an afterlife to us seems impossible.
Well, this conversation's getting us nowhere.
Yeah.
As far
Very
as I see
circular.
it, once you dragons leave, if you come back, there'll be hell to pay. Simple. It's
Can't disagree with this.
when, and I say when, we save this place. We'll put it this way, you'll be public enemy number one. All of you.
And you think you can stop us?
Well, you'll just have to take my word for it.
There is a dismissiveness from the side of the chromatic dragons. The metallic dragons are a lot more hesitant. You suspect there's very much a vibe of, and the metallic dragons are a lot harder to hide it. Fear. They are scared. They can't be denied. And they're definitely revealing it a lot more. They're also listening to your words. Could I get a charisma check? Persuasion.
Of who? Everyone.
I think Abraham wants to do it.
Oh,
I think-
no!
I think
No!
Aubrun's helped him a lot, because
I
Aubrun gets
think-
disadvantage on persuasion checks because of
I
his
think what we'll
scars.
do is a persuasion check from all three of you.
Oh god.
I had a -2 to persuasion.
So my question is, my scar is currently covered by this eye patch.
I still say the scarf.
I got a nat
Okay.
1.
Oh,
I'm gonna
Gorkan
give
looks and
Gorkan
just
my
says-
inspiration.
Gorkan looks at him. Oh wait, can I re-roll then?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God for that.
And
Thank you,
we
Bailey.
hope that I don't roll that one.
16.
I got a
I
10.
got a 2.
Oh.
So 28.
Yeah.
Good. Goodbye.
Do we have any spells that can help with this? I'll Flash of Genius each of us to give us a +4 each.
Okay.
I have nothing. I'm out with practically out of
I
spells.
think that's all I got. Yeah, that's all I got.
With that score, I wouldn't say you convince a lot of people. But I'd say the Flash of Geniuses did help. I won't deny. The chromatic dragons do not care. They just, you think there's very much some of them were arguing, but they just weren't listening. You don't need people just to argue for the sake of arguing. That's what you got the vibe they were doing. A lot of the metallic dragons very much wanted to try doing something, but sat back down, and you just didn't convince them. You just, it's they'd like to be big and hit things. There's not an target for them to hit here. There's not a strategy on them to work it out. They are going into this blind on what they've been able to work out so far, and they've worked out little. They're just scared. I would imagine the silver dragon that you guys have been interacting with at least stands forward.
I suppose at this point I look at Abraham and I'm like, do we throw out what we think is happening, not what we know?
Why not both?
Because you told us about that thing off in the distance, right? When you died or had a vision, I forget which it was.
Do we need to sleep?
Sleep, I think it was. I don't think anyone's actually seen anything in the void yet.
Yeah.
And lived. Oh, no, you guys have seen stuff in the void. You just never reacted to it.
Abraham saw something off in the far distance that's been talking to him, right?
That's in his sleep. That was
Last session.
Well, no, he
Yeah.
had a vision of seeing something in the
Yes.
distance. Do we throw out that Arridge is trying to prepare for something coming here?
What have we got to lose?
Could be total bollocks.
It could unconvince some people. There are dragons that seem to be
It gives them a target.
interested. True, I'm not denying this.
Hmm.
I will say this will be another roll if you were to throw that out.
Our
to convince
charisma
again.
is fucking dog shit. Between the
Oh.
lot of us.
So you rolled a 2, I rolled a 10, you rolled a 16. That's quite a low rolls from two of us, though.
I mean, I have disadvantage on persuasion.
I know you have
Because-
disadvantage. I have a -2.
You have a minus. Well, Gorkan's okay. He's got +2.
I'm here for it.
Harry,
Maybe we're just happy with what we've got.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to disturb you guys. I'm just saying that's how I
No,
will do
I'm,
that.
I'm just playing this out as a thing. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I don't want the Chromats to help us. Because how far could you trust them? About as far as you can throw her.
Well, it seems like that you've made your decisions.
I'd say at this stage,
Mhm.
as I say, some dragons stand up. The silver dragon probably would speak up first. I will stay. I will send my child away because I'm not confident in what we can do. But I will stay to try to assist. I imagine she turns towards you three and kind of smiles. which probably looks kind of weird. Just get a droopy grin looking at you.
Yeah, I mean, Oberon is trying to remain in his aggressive, stoic state, but you can see he's visibly happy that one of them has said, "I'm staying."
Other dragons will probably stand up with her. Probably about 7 of them. There's not many dragons here, by the way. Like I'd say, it's a congregation of most dragons. Most is probably about 60. And probably a lot more chromatics than there are metallics. I think that is a thing. The chromatics like to have children. The gold dragon kinda looks shameful, I will say. If some of us are leaving, I must go. I'm sorry.
I will be right back.
Okay.
Us transporting relies on me. We'll leave behind our temporary solution at the very least.
And was
But we probably would leave that for you to deploy it, and we wish you luck on that one.
something is better than nothing, as they say, but I hope that the eyes watching enjoy this.
Imagine the big red dragon at this stage will stand up. So, sounds like it's decided. I'm leaving. Fucking fucks off. He sat there for as much as he can care for.
Oh, well.
I imagine the silver dragon as he leaves will probably turn towards you guys. So unless he didn't eat you.
Brown and stuff probably was. I think that might have been a bonus.
If he did, he would have been proving my point.
I'm not denying that. I still say we celebrate.
As far as I'm concerned, whatever he did, I won.
I can't disagree, but I don't think he cares.
It's not about whether he cares, it's about whether the people that follow him cares. All it takes is a spark. And don't get me wrong, I've realised that they're all arseholes.
So, I imagine, as I say, the chromatics probably will follow their leader. And a lot of some of the metallics disperse as well. The gold dragon will stay there. And go, so, with that decided, I suppose you wanted to know what this device is.
Yeah, go on.
And he yanks out. It kind of looks like a heart that's been wrapped in like bones. Very much something that you would see like a Dishonored, you know, the charms and shit. This is the culmination of quite a bit of magic runes. And in theory, it should make the Mountain a lot more resistant. It should stop the ash cloud. It should stop the lava. If planted about 10 miles deep.
In the lava.
Yeah. We would offer to do it, but we're too big for the lava tunnels down there. We found some inactive ones. In theory, we could go down, but at most, they're about 10 feet deep. And the only ones that could fit in there would probably be our children.
Sounds like we're heading back underground.
It does, but sadly, I don't think I can survive 10 miles of lava.
To be fair, it's not all in lava.
I mean, I have this flame-proof liquid that we can coat ourselves with. That will give us some reprieve.
Well, it looks like either way, we're going back down underground.
We
Hopefully
yearn for
this-
the mines.
Hopefully there's no 8-legged creatures this time.
Hopefully there's no creatures of any kind. No matter how many legs.
That we can't promise.
And there's the burst of my bubble.
But I have got a question.
Ask it, child.
What are you going to be doing in the meantime? Just preparing?
That's the plan. We're leaving at
you-
the end of the month.
If you are leaving this place, is there any information that could be assistance to us? Is there any relics that you know of in the distance? Anything at all?
Relics. No. Nothing that's not in our halls. But nothing I can't imagine they'll be interesting to you, really.
Okay.
Why?
Yo,
Is that,
what-
is that a serious question?
is this, you can see Abram kind of like, what do you mean? Why?
I don't know. It seems very particular as a question. It seems phrased weird.
We are going to be trying to fight for our lives, our home. I'm trying to find anything of use that I can.
We need every resource we can get our hands on.
I'm back. Sorry.
Who are you fighting? Well, aside from the general vicinity of Bridges Anderson volcano.
Lord Arridge.
Or
Who
where?
do you think has caused all this?
I imagine just the idea of you even try it. I can get you some coffins. That's really all I could suggest there. You're trying to fight Arich.
Like,
And
so
you're
how we
also
roll
running-
over.
And you're also running away from Arridge.
Yes. He killed a fey god.
Yes.
I don't think you fully appreciate how powerful those fey gods are.
I don't know, I've lived around Fae for a long time. Pretty weak. Well, we're only sweating bullets.
I will let you do that happily and hope he doesn't spot me. I am the most powerful of our kind, I would argue. Not many could take
I'm
us.
gonna go tell that other guy.
Yeah, sure, go for it.
I'm sure he'd love
Even
that.
he would fear fucking Lord Arridge, even if he wouldn't admit it. He can annihilate your existence.
Yeah.
That damn black sword of his.
I look up at the skeleton. Speaking of swords.
He kind of looks up with it. Ah, yes, that. Weird, right? I can tell you I was freaked out when I was,
Wait, is that your
wandering through these.
skeleton?
Yes.
Whoa.
So you currently don't have a skeleton?
I have a skeleton.
What? See.
It's identical.
That makes my whole... Oh, I wish I'd realised something before I argued with you lot. You're fleeing to another reality. I'm pretty sure that's your skeleton from another reality.
Oh.
Suggesting
Right.
another you has already died to something of Harridge's pupils, shall we say. Either
Can
that or
we
it's
ha-
just a weird trick.
Can we have a look at it?
If you can get your way up there, he's just suspended into the air. We're not put it up there or anything. It's
It's
just,
just floating.
yeah.
Oh, even better. Quick, throw me.
I look at Auburn and I say, "Are you being serious?"
Yes. Someone throw me.
50
I need,
feet in the
I need
air.
to get about 20 feet up.
How strong are you, Abraham?
I mean,
Imagine
it's strong.
there's two massive dragons here.
Yeah,
Someone
I
throw me.
imagine the silver dragon will just offer to fly you up.
Volcan pushes him away and says, "Allow me." And I scoop Auburn up by placing my hand between his legs, and I shot put him.
And while that's going on, I'm going to walk up to the silver dragon to see if she can lift me up there.
How high do I get from Golcan throwing me?
I'd say probably 7 feet up.
Oh, we're so close. We're so close. How tall is
Let me-
Golcan?
Five, isn't he? He's like 5 foot something. He's quite short.
Yeah, he's not very
I'm
tall.
6 foot, so we're about 10 foot up currently. I need to get
Yeah, I'm
another 10
5'11".
foot.
Right, let me try again. Let me start swinging you by your legs,
I imagine
like a hammer
Abraham
toss.
is
Okay, we
linked
have a
up by the
means here. I'm
dragon.
going to enlarge him. Throw me.
Oh,
Okay, I'd say with the enlarge, he can do it. You can throw you the distance you want to go.
Perfect. Now I teleport the rest.
You teleport 30 feet in the air. What are you trying to do with this dragon in a short time before you just fall?
I'm just
fall
trying to
down?
stand on top of the dragon. I'm trying to
Right,
teleport on
okay.
top of the skeleton.
You can stand on it. It is solid.
Yep, definitely a skeleton.
Gorkan nods like he knew that this would happen all along. Yes, I could see this was a skeleton.
Imagine Abraham is lifted up by the Sylvan Dragon.
Oh, I'd like to start investigating it, just see if I can find anything of interest.
I mean, it's gashes in the bone. You can
Mhm.
see that just from a surface level thing. There's something no really special about it. It's just a dragon skeleton floating in the air. That seems sort of a weird sentence, considering it's a dragon skeleton floating in the air. It is quite special, but there's something special about it otherwise.
Is it just us, the silver dragon and the golden dragon in here now?
Basically, yeah. I imagine the other ones would have filtered out.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pop me eye patch off and do a true sight on this thing.
What do you do with a rod of iron?
It's just a little plate. It's in the eye patch. Pop it in my pocket.
Right. Okay.
I'll
I mean-
sew it in properly later.
You can see there was a rep in reality here. But it seems like a very brief one. It looks like it's very much mended over the years. I'd wager what you would also see, just briefly, I mean, is a kind of, it looks like a line, like a large laser.
Hmm.
You just briefly see it pointing to the for directions of this. Northeast, southwest. Southwest of where you are.
I mean, I look at the dragons. You guys see this big beam, right?
I imagine they would give it a quick, bit of a squint. Vaguely, yes.
Okay. No one ever thought to follow it?
I'll be honest. I think not many people have even actually looked at the skeleton that much. I looked at it, recognized my own skeleton, and decided avoiding going to where it looks like it's the pointing the source is was probably a good idea.
How do you recognize your own skeleton?
That is one of many questions I have after hearing that.
Yeah. Like, ah, yes, these are my bones.
Ah, of course.
I'd recognize my bones anywhere.
The claw. Every dragon's claw is unique.
Oh, it's like a fingerprint.
Basically, yeah.
I see.
Maybe it's not my skeleton, but there's a lot of similarities between all the, it's basically the same on all 4 claws.
Hang on a
And-
minute, is it or isn't it then?
So you never thought just, oh, I'll go and have a look, because if I leave this here, something bad might happen to me.
Well, I did fly over. I saw forest.
Has anyone ever damaged the skeleton?
It's impervious.
No.
The scratches that are on it were on it when I think it's not decayed or anything. Well, it's obviously a skeleton.
Can I try, like, moving some of it?
Rigid. Like it's like stuck in place. Like a Gmod like prop when you like lock
Yeah.
it. Like that.
Hey, well, if we can rest before going down, I can have a crack at something, but this might be bad. Generally, with these sorts of magics, the only thing strong enough to do stuff to it is it itself or something of equivalent power. Do I shoot a laser at it? Look
Oh,
at
you can
Abraham.
give it a go.
Give
Do
it.
it.
Nope.
Shall I shoot a laser at it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're also gonna have
I'll
to.
pick a point and I'll fire a laser at it. Can the skeleton do a save?
No.
No? Cool, it fails. Let's find... Who wants to roll a d10 for me?
I'll do it.
Charm effect. Well,
Roll.
let's
Oh,
just.
you never know. It might do something to the big man. What'd you get?
A 9.
Ooh. Ooh.
That doesn't sound healthy.
So it fails. Who wants to roll 10d8?
Go on then. Maybe that's your one.
10d8.
Yeah. It's a disintegration ray.
Holy fuck.
Can I awkwardly kill this dragon? 34.
34.
Okay. Takes 34 force damage.
You see part of the skeleton disintegrate away.
Look at the dragon. How are you feeling?
I'll be honest, not great.
Okay.
How did you do that?
I ask.
Well,
It's a long story, but I have a magic eye.
That I gathered.
Long story. But I have a magic eye.
From the same place as the magic sword that did this.
Oh,
The relic sentence is starting to kind of make more sense in my head.
No.
no.
Right, just like, are there any spells that let us see through, like X-ray style? Will the true sight let us do that? Probably not.
No.
I can't find my item. There it is.
That is an answer. That is a question you need to find the answer to yourself. I don't know.
D&D Beyond True Sight.
Don't think True Sight gives you X-ray vision.
I don't think so either. Not sure anything does. Why is fear the first thing that comes up when I type in True Sight? True Sight, here we go. lots of rules glossary. That doesn't fucking help me. Okay.
The Eye of
Here we go,
Vecna.
I got it. Here we go. Blind sight. True saving day. Out of
Arcane Eye, Clairvoyance.
likely detect illusions. See the original form of shape changer. I can see into the ethereal plane within the same range.
Which one?
So I can see ethereal plane. I can see through illusions and shape changes.
Yeah.
That is all.
You
And
can
that
see
is
into
fabulous.
Clairvoyance. I think is the only one that I think you might have access to, and that might be more Abraham.
Say that again.
Clairvoyance.
I'm probably gonna
Basically, you can point to a space where you and see from that. So if you put it into something, you can see from that space.
Yes, I've not currently got it on my ping though. I don't think.
Yes, but I think it's the only one which could, in theory.
I guess we could get an arcane eye to go in it as well.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd need to have a long rest to get clever.
Yeah. Okay, well, if that hurt you though, we can determine that this is probably you. Which which brings me back to my point: if you leave and this thing gets blown up, what happens to you?
Let's do. I wasn't trying to indicate it was hurting. More, he was horrified by the idea of this.
I see. As I've done that, does it look like anything's happened to the fixed up tear?
No.
Does it look like I could do anything to sort of reopen it? Get the magical crowbar out, as it were.
Magical
No.
crowbar.
Unless you literally have a spell that says you can do something like that.
I do actually. It says magical crowbar. We use your holy weapon, turn it into a crowbar, crank it open. Solid plan. I high five myself.
Hell yeah.
Okay, well, anyway, I think we rest. We go down into the bowels of this fucking bastard volcano, and then we follow this beam. That sounds like. I think this beam is gonna lead us to a thing that we probably want, preferably before Polchania find as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as I said, it was southeast and it was over a forest. The dragon said.
Where are we right now? If you point us on the map,
Ish.
it's down here.
I'm
somewhere.
rough.
Sorry, southwest.
Down here somewhere. Are there any forests? Oh, it's like here?
Mm.
Mm.
Well, not perfectly southwest.
Well, if we're there, then that's kind of the only forest that we're aware of, like, or here, I guess, and Sethax.
Well, logically, southwest would be kind of more like that, wouldn't it?
Well, in that direction, it's either the one by the lake or in Sethax, or the one in the fairy fucking place. But I guess we've not gone past that since.
All you done in that forest is you walk through a path.
Yeah, no, we've not been. What I'm saying, if we've not been through there since I got the eye.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's also obviously the forest in the Elven Lands as well, but I mean,
I probably would have noticed that. I'd like to think. Knock on my head. Would you have noticed that if it was in that one? As I'm sort of running through the options.
blink question mark?
What does that mean? Once for yes, two for no.
Just 3 blinks.
I hate you.
Oh.
imagine at this stage she'll try to drag you into another trance if you let her.
I will let her, because I'd like to try talking to this
Thing.
fragment, as it were.
I will say,
What does 3 blinks mean?
I am not sure. More.
I see.
There might have been, but I don't think there was much we didn't go to that would have been touched, like been in our radius. But I think there was certain areas we might have not been to. I'm just saying, not sure. I don't think it would be there, but
I'm sure Devon would have found it.
Luckily, I think some of the benefits of this thing being at least location in the same area, not even off the same plane, I can talk to you here. So if you do find another one of these artifacts, I think from a gauge, I can try drag you into one of these states. I think worryingly so, because you're luckily elf, you can do this trancing stuff, you can do that. Whoever gets
True,
it
imagine
as well.
if you just knocked someone else out. That'd be fun.
Yeah. I like to give that as a warning.
Mm.
And, well, if we find this guy next, he will do that.
Yeah, he doesn't look as palatable. Looks like
He's
a wild
friendly.
man.
I'm not going to deny he's a friendly guy. I imagine...
Free spirit?
No, imagine more a person who cares about honor to the nth
Ooh.
degree.
Ooh, the worst kind of person.
Oh God.
Like honor, charging in, that kind of thing.
He's going in the bag.
Well,
Anyway, can I?
I will warn you as well.
Hmm.
There's an inactive state to all of us. Mine was the mask you put on, yes?
Yes.
To get us out of the inactive state into the active state, you do kind of have to give something to get that.
Yeah, I figured this was the case.
And I don't think you can take the inactive state with you.
Well, that would be too easy, wouldn't it?
I'm not denying this. I think you can unbind yourself and we should be fine. For example, if you unbind yourself to me, I will just be sitting in your pocket because someone's already given a flesh sacrifice. You know, that sounds a lot more menacing. I don't think
That does sound horrible.
Yeah.
The intent was to be your loyal supporters. It wasn't supposed to be as menacing as it was. Also, I think it's, so the eye can do its thing with your body. She kind of brushes over that very quickly.
Are you trying to sound as sinister as possible? Anyway,
There was a pause.
We can put a pin in this for next time.
Yeah.
Can I wave my hand in front of this dude
Sure.
as it's flickering about?
I don't think it can perceive us. I think because I can see between, well, you can with my powers,
Yeah.
see through sight and all that. I don't think it can see us. I think we can see it.
So it's in another plane.
I think so.
Is there a way for me to?
I don't exactly know what he's done to this. It doesn't seem.
I'll try shouting. See if I'll try just doing things to try and get his attention.
Nothing seems to happen.
Trying to think of a thing, whether I can do that. Okay, I have one way I could do that, but that's probably not good. Okay, so I basically take in this guy's appearance, and as I look him over, pass my hand through him a few times. If nothing comes up, I'll go back to the others.
You wake up. Just before you go, as I said, if we do find another one, I think I could drag into a trance. I think just going off of the energy of this, if you find 2 more and have that just between you, I think I can talk to you in the conscious world.
I see. Okay. Good to keep in mind.
This is the information I can gauge from this.
I look at Abraham. Abraham,
Yeah?
I have a terrible idea.
What?
I mean, really bad.
Go on.
So you know the sending spell?
Yes.
You have to be familiar with the target
Yes.
in order to, and there's a chance it fails across planes.
Yes.
Now I familiarized myself with this thing. He appears to be in another plane.
Mhm.
How can I get that from my brain to your brain? I pull out the helmet that's in my pocket.
Oh God.
God.
Do you see where I'm going with this?
I
Yeah,
like it, man. I've not even fucking considered that. I didn't
It's a
think you could.
terrible plan.
Yes.
However,
Yeah. Abram just turns to Auburn and says, "Just do it."
That's the most D&D fucking raw shit ever.
Kinda love it.
now you can trust that the second I've done the sending, I'll let you go. First off, I should check. Do you have the energy to do a sending?
I can do one sending.
Perfect. We'll do that, and hopefully it will.
This is ridiculous.
So I'll put the helmet on, and I'll try and dominate Abraham.
Fucking.
Do you resist?
I do not resist.
Okay.
That's so bleak. I do
No,
not
well,
resist.
we've not actually used the spell yet. The first time we use it is this. Give me a second. Let's read out the description of dominate person.
While the target is charmed, you have a telepathic link with it. As long as the two of you are on the same plane of existence, you could use this telepathic link to issue commands to the creature while you are conscious. Which it does its best to obey. You can, I can tell him to do stuff, or I can take over his mind and make him do things.
Are they
Jesus.
aware?
It doesn't say they're charmed, so probably.
Yeah. Abraham, you feel your fucking mind like recede like into the back, and you're sitting there as a passenger.
Abraham screams as that happens.
It's like, so.
I
Oh!
like Abraham is
We've
very
never been
much.
so close, Abraham.
Oh God!
I'm in
Abraham,
your
Does
head.
he feel Feyre invade as well?
Yeah. Abraham can see and talk to
Well,
Faya.
it's a veritable party in here.
Who are you?
Well, that's Feyre.
She gives a little wave. If you're looking at Faya, by the way, she looks like she kind of looks one eye missing.
Mm.
She's wearing kind of similar robes to yours, but looks a lot older, like in style.
What the fuck is happening?
She's also slightly turning orange now, and you can start to see the scar markings of Oberon on her.
Oh. Two become one.
I suppose you two can have a chat while I do this. Oh, fuck.
Just having a little natter.
Oh.
So how are you doing?
You could say my mind's a bit blank at this moment.
I can see.
This is really weird.
Tell me about it.
So how does it feel turning into Auburn?
Going into. Oh, no. I'm just taking up the new host's appearance.
Just hanging out, you know.
Yeah, so two become one.
When
Eh.
to become one.
I was
So,
still maintain some things. I take on parts on holders. As
Well, is it-
I embrace their host more and more.
Well, at least you're not bored at the moment.
Bored? You're joking. I've been watching you guys. I imagine at this stage we'll flicker out to Oberon. We have 5 minutes left, by the way.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna do.
Sending.
I can see you with the AI. Are you okay? Can we help? That's
What you get back is you imagine him doing the noise of like a hand slamming on a table to begin with.
well, bam.
Basically, yeah. Hello!
Jesus.
It's good to see the eye still stands.
Oh my god.
Assistance would be much appreciated. I believe the portal is somewhere in the forest of Volchania. I cannot remember exactly where.
Bam. That's perfect.
Now,
Why does he
I
sound
have to tell
mildly
you
like
about
a
my.
pirate?
He just stops. He gets cut off.
Hey, this one's not the smartest one.
Abraham sees this as well, doesn't he?
So I imagine it's just
Yes?
echoing around inside our head.
I mean, like, all of you would hear the message. Gorka does anybody doesn't.
Gorka's like,
Everyone
"What's
else,
going on?"
We both, I put the helmet on and we both just stand stock still.
Gorka's like, "What is going on? I'm scared."
After we receive the message, I will end concentration on the spell. That was weird.
Abraham, you find your fucking mind go back into your body.
Was it
I
as
would
good for you
say-
as it was for me?
I will say there was vulnerability. Like you feel like he could have just gone kill yourself and you wouldn't have to obey.
You can probably like see sweat on Abraham's face. Like he's like pure sweating, if you get what I mean.
This is why I kept this helmet instead of giving it to that goblin. Could you imagine?
No, I don't want to.
Exactly. That's why it stays in the bag from here on.
And I think with that, we should kill the session.
I think
Yes.
it's time for us to go and have a sleep and ponder.
I hope everyone enjoyed it. I hope you all liked the new artwork as well.
I did.
I do very much like mine.
I love mine.
His catty character.
Yeah. It's not a fucking cat. It's got can. These are his scarves.
Meow.
Meow. Right, in that case, I have got to go.
We're ending
All
a
right.
bit early today because we've got people have got stuff to do. Next one will be on the 22nd of September,
Bye.
when we cover ourselves in liquid and go in a volcano.
Hey.
Yeah.
Buddy.
Bye.
Bye.